How are you, Pernille? How have you been?
I'm very good, thank you. And I've been really well. It's been many years since I was in Peru. I think maybe, how many years? 10 years?
Yes, I think that are more than 10 years that you visit Peru and we don't see each other. Yes. How have you been, Pernille? Actually, you're living in Berlin, Germany, right?
Yes.
Yes. Pernille, I want to translate a little bit each, little by little to the students. Chicos, Pernille actualmente está viviendo en Alemania, ya ella es danesa del país de Dinamarca y pues estábamos mencionando que hace mucho tiempo no nos vemos. Pernille fue mi profesora. She was my teacher of English teacher in a workshop, en un taller de conversación en an NGO, en una ONG llamada CEPRO Idiomas, CEPROMU, ya se llama ese tipo de organizaciones no gubernamentales, ¿no? Las ONGs. En inglés se dice NGO, ¿ok? Entonces estamos recordando de que hace tanto tiempo no nos habíamos visto y en esta oportunidad ella ha brindado su tiempo para poder visitarnos y poder brindarnos un poco de su testimonio. Now Pernille is here to give the students and to us your testimony, Pernille. Okay. Well, Pernille, tell us, how did you get interested and decided to study anthropology? How was your preparation path before entering university, and which university did you study? Your undergrad studies, of course.
Yes. Now, you need to remember, everyone, that I started university in 2003. So that's a very long time ago.
Yes.
17, 18 years ago. No? Oh, yes. So I think how I started university, I really didn't know what to study. So I was reading and talking to everyone. I really didn't know what to study. But then I found this anthropology, educational studies, and then I thought, yes, this is what I want to do.
Oh, very amazing. It's a good choice, I think, because it's a career that it's related a lot with the human being. Es una carrera relacionada al ser humano. Bien, Pernille nos ha mencionado que hace mucho tiempo atrás ella se preparó para poder estudiar esta carrera de antropología. Sin embargo, ella no sabía qué estudiar, qué elegir, pero leyendo, investigando, empapándose un poco del conocimiento sobre las carreras, eligió la carrera de antropología educacional y dijo, esta es la carrera que quiero. That's the career you wanted. How was your preparation, Pernille? Did you go to an...
Sorry?
How was your preparation path before entering to the university? Did you go to make studies in an academic, or since the school you were prepared to enter to the university?
Well, at the university where I studied, they had 1 year where you kind of tried to, we studied a bit of history, a bit of cultural studies, a bit of sociology, psychology, and we did that for 1 year. And then after that 1 year, then we could choose. So this was very good for me to kind of, find out which exactly way I wanted to go, because I didn't know exactly what studies to choose. So I had that 1 year.
Oh, okay. You had 1 year ending the school. It's called like a bachelor, or no?
That was the first year of my bachelor.
Okay. What was your first year of your bachelor? I want to translate it for the students. Ok,
Of
chicos,
course.
ella menciona que tuvo un año de estudios, en la cual recibió bastante las materias de lo que es historia, sociología, psicología. Entonces, eso sería la representación del primer año de estudios para poder continuar con la carrera base, que es la antropología. Ok, bien, chicos, por favor, vayan colocando sus preguntas en el chat. Ok, no hay preguntas buenas ni malas. Recuerden que esta carrera es muy, muy bonita, muy interesante. Bien. Okay. Let's continue, Pernille. I'm going to make the second question. Okay. Pernille, before starting the journey to reach the goal of being an anthropologist, what was your vision? How was your feelings? How did you feel during the process? What was the most motivated and passionate things about your professional career? Antes de iniciar el camino para llegar a la meta de ser una antropóloga, ¿cuál era tu visión? ¿Cómo te sentías durante el proceso? ¿Qué era lo que más te motivaba y te apasionaba con respecto a tu carrera profesional, Pernille?
My biggest motivation the whole time was that I really was and still am so interested in studying people, right? So that was always the biggest motivation, that I was
I can hear you.
really, really interested by study always. And then the friends you study with as well, you can motivate each other as well. For me, it was never, you know, that I could earn a lot of money or get a good job or something. It was always the studies that interested me a lot.
Very nice, Pernille, qué lindo. I get happy when I listen that message from people who have vocation and study. It's something that really, really likes. Okay, I'm going to translate. Ok, chicos, Pernille nos menciona que ella eligió la carrera de antropología y en todo momento ella estaba muy motivada porque le gustaba el conocer la conducta, el comportamiento humano en todo momento, estaba muy motivada. Su visión durante todo el tiempo fue, ¿no?, continuar aprendiendo sobre el comportamiento humano. Ella no eligió la carrera para poder ganar dinero, ni para poder de repente obtener un trabajo por su carrera. Sí, lo más importante que le motivaba era la vocación de estudiar antropología. Thank you, Pernille. Gracias, Pernille. Pernille, it's a question very important, and I think already you have mentioned something. Pernille ha mencionado algo que es importante, que entre sus compañeros se motivaba. You were motivated always with your partners, your colleagues, right, Pernille? Who were the most important people that encouraged you to pursue this great goal? ¿Quiénes fueron las personas más
The most important people were my friends and my teachers. My family, in my family, no one ever went to university before. So they really didn't understand so much. What are you doing, Pernille? Why are you doing this? They didn't really understand it. So it was mostly my friends and my teachers.
Oh, thank you very much, Pernille. It's a good a good memory to continue and pursue, no? Achieving the goal of really knowing the human being. Yeah. Thank you very much for that answer. I will translate for the teenagers. Ok, chicos, lo que Pernille nos ha mencionado es algo muy, muy significativo para su vida. Ella nos menciona que las personas más significativas que la impulsaron para perseguir este gran objetivo de ser una antropóloga fueron sus amigos y sus profesores, ¿no? Realmente en su familia no hubo un apoyo en el sentido de la carrera, de motivaciones, en cuanto de repente a la dirección, ¿no? ¿Por qué? Porque su familia desconocía sobre la antropología, ¿sí? Entonces, quedamos todos atentos, ¿ya? Realicen sus preguntas algo que quisiera acotar en este momento es que muchas veces profesores marcan nuestras vidas. Many times, Pernille, teachers and friends like marks our lives, right? And they give us, yes, they give us the example, the model, like you, of me. You were that for me. Ella fue
Really?
también mi modelo. Yes, I remember that, and always, and always keep here, right? Because I had emotions, I lived emotions with you, and also I something that I remember, algo que yo recordaba mucho, was that I was in my classroom in Sepromove. Estaba en mi clase de Sepromove in a classroom very, very small. And Pernille, when she was teaching, cuando ella estaba enseñando, she was always looking our behavior. She was worried about our answer, asking and trying to enter in our brain and arrive for the knowledge, but because that's the way to introduce in a class, right? Because you know, and you decided to study something that you really really liked, Pernille. Thank you for that vocation, because you mark my life too.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In years. Okay, Pernille, let's continue to the other question. Vamos a continuar con las siguientes preguntas. Well, Pernille, what are the specialities in anthropology and what are the lines of research?
What exactly do you mean by the lines of research, or the research methods, or
Yes.
Yeah. So I think in older times, anthropology was mostly an anthropologist going to far away countries or islands to study people or cultures they didn't know anything about. And they did that with interviews, observations, and they were writing diaries and becoming a part of the society, right? But I think today, anthropology can be many things. For example, in my case, it can be that you can go out in a classroom, for example, at a school, and then you can go into this classroom and then you can observe, interview, you can find out what works for a teacher in a classroom and what does not work. What works for the students and what doesn't work. So anthropology today is mostly to go and find out something about small communities or small, what can you say, small communities or small places in our societies as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Pernille, thank you. Thank you very much for this clarified concept, because I was always too interested in this career, since I know many people from your country arrive in Peru, because the majority of foreigners that go to the Institute of English was from these social careers. So I want to translate. Chicos, lo que estábamos conversando con Pernille fue de que, de acuerdo a la pregunta, ¿no? ¿Cuáles son las especialidades de la antropología y cuáles son las líneas de investigación? Una aclaración muy importante que ella nos menciona es que la antropología es ir más allá, ¿no? Ya ahora se encuentra más actualizada, incluso más reconocida, ¿no? Y es más allá de repente estudiar a las personas, de observar y escribir de repente diarios, ¿no? Es, por ejemplo, introducirse en una clase, ¿no? Y saber qué funciona y qué no funciona, ¿no? Va más allá de los pequeños lugares geográficos que puedan existir en las distintas sociedades. Ok. something that I would like to tell you, Pernille, it's when I was in the university studying for education, a teacher, anthropologist, told that if anthropology wouldn't exist, the psychology doesn't exist too. Because
Oh,
anthropology
really?
gives through the techniques, for example, of the observation and writing the behavior, we can read, right, and associate with psychology. No, they use techniques. For example, what techniques does the anthropologist use? A technique of observation.
Observation and interviews as well.
Observation and interviews, right? Sí.
Mm-hmm.
Chicos, ella menciona que las técnicas más usadas en antropología es la observación y las entrevistas. Y le mencionaba que si la antropología no existiera, tampoco existiría la psicología. En cierto sentido, se unen, se asocian, porque los antropólogos son quienes salen, ¿no?, a los distintos lugares y pueden observar diferentes culturas. Entonces, de esa manera, nosotros tenemos información también. Thank you, Pernille. Thank you very much for that answer and to clarify and give the students this kind of conduction. Yeah? Okay, let's continue. Pernille, have you been part of an exchange abroad? ¿Has sido parte de algún intercambio en el extranjero?
I was studying in Ireland.
Oh, really?
In my bachelor's degree. Only one semester. Yeah.
One semester. Great experience, right? And
it was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Did you know many people from other countries too? In Ireland?
When I got to know many people, but before I went, I didn't know anyone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But I got many new friends, and I still have contact with many of them today.
Oh, great, Pernille. It is in Europe, right? Dublin is the city. Dublin, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it a lot?
Yeah. I really did. That's a good thing to do.
Yes, an internship, right? Okay, thank you, Pernille. I'm going to translate it.
Do you have in Peru? Do you have exchange programs and things like this in different countries?
Yes, we have internships. It's like a rule from the university from Peru because in the last times, it's like a rule from the organization of education that all the university should promote students to travel abroad and internship with knowledge in other spaces, territories. Yes, actually, I went to Brazil the last year. And I was so happy. Yes.
Wow. But they speak a different language, Sofia.
Yes, that's a different language, but similar to the Spanish. But in fact, it was difficult for me because when I arrived there, when I arrived there, 2 months, I didn't understand anything. And although I was studying here in Peru before traveling there. I was in Lima in an institute, 2 months of Portuguese. I didn't learn anything because it was difficult. Yes, the accent is so different in different people from the territories, and I confuse. Sometimes I want to speak Portuguese. For example, now it's passing. I confuse the English, Portuguese, and Spanish. It's very difficult.
Wow. But what a good experience for you.
What? I can't hear you.
What a good experience for you.
Yes, it was a good experience. I lived with people, with students. I knew people from different countries. I practiced the English that I love too much. I didn't have the experience to know more Danish people, only here. And I wanted always to to practice that language, and I think that it's very difficult too. But but I remember I love those Danish like you that I knew, and that I was there in Brazil studying. I lived next to a house to the university, Universidade de São Paulo, Brazil, and living with people. That's the most important experience, I think, for me, that you interact, you appreciate people, you can share moments with the people there. And really, really, that's the knowledge that I received because I was in pandemic there too. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm here in Lima now. Yes,
Good.
but all good, all good. Thank you, Pernille. Ok, Pernille nos menciona que ella se fue a Irlanda a realizar este tipo de intercambio. Para ella fue una experiencia muy, muy, muy encantadora, ya que pudo conocer personas. Este tipo de intercambio fue en sus estudios de primer grado, de pregrado, es decir, ¿no? Estuvimos conversando un poco sobre la experiencia, ¿no? Le contaba a Pernille que también estuve en Brasil estudiando, conocí personas, y una de las grandes experiencias que ustedes, chicos, pueden obtener cuando alcanzan todos los requisitos que las universidades pues les piden, ¿no? Tener un grado, unas notas suficientes para poder postular y poder quizá tener esta opción de viajar a otro país. Entonces, la gran experiencia es que van a conocer distintas culturas y van a poder interactuar, aprender a convivir, ¿sí? Y además de aprender idiomas. Ok, thank you, Pernille. Gracias, Pernille. Pernille, you started your postgraduate, I saw. So, what is the research you did during postgraduate? Pernille, yo sé que tú estudiaste posgrado, entonces, ¿qué investigación realizaste en tu nivel de posgrado, es decir, la maestría?
It's my master's, yeah? My master's degree. Yes, okay. With my master's, I try to find out, because there are many young men in Denmark who don't get an education. So I wanted to find out why. So I was spending a lot of time with these young men in their youth clubs, and I was talking to their teachers and to everyone around them, and to politicians, and trying to find out why some people can't get into the educational system.
Oh, okay. Really, really amazing. Yes. Pernille, what was your population? Your population, right? Is it correct? When or where, in what space did you get your population? I'm talking about the people that belongs from a space, for example, a school, or maybe a district. Where were they from?
They were from a district in Copenhagen.
Oh, okay, a district.
Yes.
Okay.
But their parents, they were mostly from many other countries. And so there were many people, their families, the politicians, teachers, everyone said, you need to get an education, get an education, get an education. And these young men, they didn't want to have an education, because also they felt so pressured, you know, when everyone says to you, you have to do this, then I say no.
Oh, yes, that's true. Very true.
And that was mostly the problem too, yeah.
Social, right? Very social.
Yeah.
At other level. Something that can happen. This is the difference. You can make a study of comparing sides here. Also, you have to study, and people study.
Yeah. Most of the time, Sophia.
Most of the time, yes. But it's incredible. It's an experience with this research. You like research, uh, you feel, I think, with success, right? When you have these methods and knowing societies, no, and discovering something new. Thank you, Pernille, for that. I would like to read that. Okay, I'm going to translate this. Ok, chicos, Pernille nos cuenta que ella estudió una maestría, estuvo realizando un posgrado en el país de donde ella proviene, donde ella tiene una nacionalidad, ella es danesa, recuerden, de Dinamarca, y pues en Copenhague realizó este estudio con una muestra perteneciente a un distrito de Copenhague. Entonces, lo que ella estaba tratando de investigar fue por qué los jóvenes no obtenían educación, por qué los jóvenes no deseaban estudiar. Entonces, ella menciona que una de las variables influyentes de la sociedad era de que mayormente, pues, la sociedad no menciona que tienes que estudiar, ¿no? Tú deberías hacerlo porque es bueno, porque quizá es como la sociedad en general lo ve. Entonces, son las perspectivas sociales, en este caso europeas, ¿no? Y ella es pues una investigadora. Entonces, qué bien que Pernille haya podido contribuir. Ustedes pueden buscar también su investigación en internet para que aprendan cómo es una tesis, ¿no? De qué se trata. Y qué rico, ¿no? Interesting, very, I think, yo creo que search, because this open your minds too, ¿no? Eso también te hace abrir la mente. Not only knowing people, reading too, también leyendo. Thank you, Pernille. Pernille, what could you mention to us about learnings you have obtained in your personal, academic, and professional life in Denmark and in Germany?
Well, you know, after I finished my studies in Denmark, I went to Istanbul in Turkey on a holiday. And then I thought, I want to live here. So then I took some more courses on being an English teacher. And then I lived in Turkey for 4 years, working as a teacher. And then I moved to Germany, to Berlin. And I have worked as a teacher here for 4 years as well. So you never know. I studied anthropology, but now I'm a teacher. You never know what job you will have.
Oh, yes, that's true. Very true. Because it's also related too. Yeah, and you can contribute more in this side. A lot. Yes. Okay, Pernille, so this is your whole answer? Or you can add more? Do you want?
Yeah, what exactly are you thinking, Sophia?
What can you mention about learnings? Personal, academic, professional in Denmark and in Germany. If you would like to add more.
Yeah, I think it's just always just nice to try and live in different places, having different jobs, doing something different, always finding ways to learn and try something new. So also you don't get stuck in old ideas, and that it's never too late to try something new in your life, right?
Very, very good, Pernille. Thank you for that message. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to mention that. Okay, Pernille mencionó algo muy importante, chicos, Nunca es tarde para aprender algo nuevo. Never is late to learn something new. Initially that. Then, continúo, ¿ok? Pernille, de acuerdo a la pregunta que mencioné, fue, ¿qué nos podrías mencionar con respecto a los aprendizajes que has obtenido a nivel personal, académico y profesional en Dinamarca y en Alemania? Bueno, ella nos menciona, en primer lugar, esta frase. ¿Por qué? Porque ella estudió antropología, ¿no? Pero lo ha relacionado de la educación. Entonces, ella estuvo terminando sus estudios, luego visitó Estambul, ¿no? Y después tomó algunos cursos para poder, de repente, complementarlos a su carrera, ¿no? Luego viajó a Alemania y pues actualmente ella se encuentra en Berlín realizando la labor de docencia. Ya ella es una pedagoga en el aspecto del inglés, ¿sí? Ella contribuye mucho en este sentido y por eso nunca sabemos qué línea vamos a continuar, ¿no? Es la pasión que tiene ella, por eso que está realizando y desempeñándose en esta área. Thank you, Pernille. Thank you very much. Pernille, what message could you send to the students, especially those who join today waiting for your testimony? ¿Qué mensaje podrías brindarle a los estudiantes de hoy en día, especialmente a quienes hoy nos acompañan expectando tu testimonio?
And the students are studying now. They are doing their education now. Yeah. And are you their teacher, Sophia?
Oh, no. I would like.
Okay. Huh?
I would like. I'm the psychologist.
Okay.
Yes. I'm here working.
Oh, really? To guide the students in what direction and...
Yes, we make programs. It's similar to anthropology, I think, because you study all the societies but no, anthropology is huge. But the psychology in this side, scholar with education, I have teachers that I have to guide. I have people who comes here to my space and we talk for example troubles from family or maybe a problem to learn. Now in pandemic I'm attending many people who familiar relatives from families are dying, all the level of academic too related with emotional. I make evaluations with tests, psychologists tests, make informs, etc. A lot of programs, self-esteem, sexuality, cyberbullying now more than before, increasing, I think, but controlling this. Programs to promote the mental health. And this is something that we should make always, talleres, scholar, right, for scholars, because this fair has that objective to guide teenagers, especially in this side, are from third grade to fifth grade of secondary high school. Normally,
very
people
important job, Sophia.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility. For that reason, thank you very much, Pernille, for your time. Thank you for being here.
So in that way, I would just advise everyone to talk to Sophia if they have any problems.
Oh, yes, too. They can ask for your service too. Right?
Always, anytime.
Thank you, Pernille.
You're really welcome, Sophia.
Thank you. I'm going to translate. Chicos, estábamos comentando de que estábamos hablando un poco sobre la psicología y cómo nosotros contribuimos, ¿no? Estaba mencionando básicamente todas las actividades que se realizan en el colegio, porque Pernille no sabía si estaba yo siendo su profesora o la psicóloga, entonces le he mencionado que soy la psicóloga del colegio y pues realizamos juntamente con el departamento de psicología, con las chicas que actualmente trabajan conmigo. Entonces, realizamos una diversidad de programas para poder ¿no? Guiarlos a ustedes, a los profesores, atender a los casos que se presentan también a través de la pandemia. Bueno, entonces, con respecto a la pregunta, Pernille menciona que sus aprendizajes a lo largo de esta trayectoria, ella menciona que es vivir en diferentes lugares, encontrar, ¿no? Esas diferentes experiencias ha hecho que ella pueda sentirse satisfecha, ¿no? Entonces, Pernille, I want to repeat this question. The main message that you can give to the students was, what message could you send to the students, especially those who join, waiting for your testimony?
What I can say, like, finish your studies. And if you find it boring sometimes, then try to find something in your studies that you really, really, really like. And I think always talk to your friends and your teachers and everyone, because when you talk about things, you make it more interesting as well. Yeah, and keep studying and be happy and learn something new every day.
Thank you very much, Pernille.
You're welcome.
Okay, Chicos, lo que Pernille básicamente menciona y ella se centra es de que terminen sus estudios, que si en el camino algo no les gusta, indaguen más, hablen con sus profesores, sean más de repente, ¿no? Curiosos, pregunten más con esas personas que tienen a su alrededor, ¿no? Estudien, disfruten y sean felices. Okay. Do you remember Spanish, Pernille?
Very little. Very little. I think I need to come back to Peru and learn it again, Sofia.
You should.
Okay. When the world opens up again, we can't really go so many places right now, right?
Yes, right now you can go to many places because here there's no many restrictions. So Machu Picchu is open. Yes, and cheaper. Cheaper than before.
Wow. I hope I'll see you again one day.
Peru is waiting for you, Pernille. Welcome one more time. I'm here.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I will go and see you, of course. Waiting for you. Ok, chicos, Pernille ama Perú, ella estuvo en algún momento aquí y pues estaba mencionando si es que cómo está la situación, que en algún momento ella podría retornar. Ok, thank you so much, Pernille. I know your testimony will be a great contribution to this new generation. Those for now on Young People Can project themselves in forging a professional academic future with effort and commitment. Muchas gracias, Pernille. Testimonios para esa nueva generación y puedan así los jóvenes proyectarse desde ahora en forjar un futuro académico profesional con esfuerzo y compromiso.
Yes. Well, we are going to take a few minutes to mention the most relevant questions. Bien, a continuación vamos a brindar unos minutos para mencionar las preguntas más relevantes. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Okay. 2 questions, Pernille. It means the students are going to ask. Okay? Okay. Bien, chicos, vamos a realizar las preguntas. Tenemos la presencia de Cielo Aroña, Christopher Peset, Jessica Leiva, Joel Huaraca, Kim Allison, Trisen, tenemos también a Milagros Romero, Valeria Arroyo. ¿Alguna pregunta, chicos, chicas? Pueden encender sus micros o escribirse en el chat. A ver, 2 minutos, esperamos. Valeria, ¿Alguna pregunta? Ok. Marlene, tú puedes iniciar con alguna pregunta. ¿Podrías?
Yes. Well, what can I ask? If you have the opportunity to travel to another country to learn like a course, for example, what country would you like to go?
If I was going to another country to study,
Yes.
ooh, maybe I could say Peru. I don't know. I think I would like to go to South America again. I really liked it there. I liked the culture, and I could learn Spanish again.
Okay, Pernille. Lo que Marlene preguntó a Pernille es si ella tuviera la oportunidad de viajar y estudiar en algún otro país, ¿a qué país iría? Yo ya he mencionado, le atrae mucho Latinoamérica, América. Es decir, podría de repente quizá retornar a Perú y realizar sus estudios aquí y aprender también el español. Ok, Lenny, gracias Marlene por tu pregunta. Me gustaría saber si hay alguien más que quiera preguntar. Chicos, pueden escribirlo en el chat. ¿Sí? Tiempo de preguntas. ¿Alguien más tiene alguna duda? Ok. Christopher Peset. Milagros. Milagros, ¿te encuentras ahí? Okay. The other career before.
Yes, I really have. I was really interested in psychology.
Oh.
Yes, I really was. Sophia, I would like your job.
Okay. Obviously, because careers very joined. Very associated.
Exactly. Yes, psychology and also a social worker. I always wanted to be a social worker as well. But I think they are all kind of similar in some ways.
Oh, okay, thank you, Pernille. Bien, Valeria is a teenager that asked. Ella Pernille nos menciona que en algún momento ha estado interesada en psicología, que ella quisiera estar en mi lugar, en mi trabajo. También le gustaría estudiar el trabajo social, o le llama la atención, ¿no? Trabajo social o psicología. Okay, we have the last question, and Milagros Romero menciona, ¿en algún momento de su vida pensó que no era la carrera correcta? She mentioned, Pernille, that if in one moment of your life you thought that it was the incorrect profession, anthropology, of course.
If it wasn't the correct, yes. Actually, this is a question because in my heart, anthropology was always right for me. But in anthropology, it is not easy to get a job. So sometimes I thought, why am I not an engineer? You know, why am I not a hairdresser? Because then I could get a job very easily. But when it comes to what I'm interested in, I never wanted to do anything else.
Okay. Thank you, Pernille. Great. I think that you love your career. Ok, chicos, ella nos menciona que en algún momento, de acuerdo a la pregunta de Milagros, en algún momento de su vida pensó que no era la carrera correcta, pues sí lo pensó, sin embargo, nunca dudó, pensó, pero nunca dudó que esta carrera de repente no podría beneficiarla tanto, ¿no? Emocionalmente, porque ella realmente ama su carrera, tiene mucha pasión, a pesar de que no es fácil encontrar un trabajo como antropóloga, ¿no? ¿Por qué no estudiar de repente ingeniería, ¿no? ¿Por qué no estudiar otra carrera? Pero cada día ella se interesaba más en sus estudios de antropología y no se arrepiente. You don't regret, Pernille, right?
Not at all.
Yes, incredible. Amazing, Pernille. I love your testimony. Okay, so we're going to say and tell the last questions, Pernille. Before finishing, I would like to tell you something. Thank you so much, Pernille, for your time. It was very lovely to see you one more time by this way. Thank you for all that you give here, your models. You were a teacher here, not all, no whatever teacher. You were a special teacher, and you contribute a lot with your way of being, your love you give to the rest, your vocation, your attention, your special behavior too, because you are from other countries, so it was new also for me, and I continue that way. That's also for you. I study psychology because I know in one moment your testimony physically, so I was going by this side. Thank you for that, Pernille, personally.
I'm very happy to hear, Sophia, and it was a pleasure to see you and being here today as well.
Gracias, Pernille. So let's say goodbye to Pernille Holm, and we sincerely appreciate her presence, wishing her good health and progress in the personal, academic, and professional aspect, who has contributed today towards a better future for the young people of our Latin American country, Peru. We emphasize education doesn't have borders or limitations for a young person with clear visions and missions. Everything will depend on how much perseverance and dedication we put into the process of executing our goals and objectives. With vocation and passion, we will be better prepared for new challenges. Again, thank you por infinitamente su presencia, deseándole salud y progreso en el aspecto personal, académico y profesional, quien ha contribuido el día de hoy hacia un mejor futuro de la población joven de nuestro país latinoamericano, Perú. Enfatizamos que la educación no tiene fronteras ni limitaciones para un joven con visiones y misiones claras. Todo dependerá de cuánta perseverancia y dedicación depositemos en el proceso de ejecución de nuestras metas y objetivos. Con vocación y pasión, seremos una población mejor preparada para nuevos retos y desafíos. I would like to add something, Pernille. It's only a short phrase. Remember that in my diploma, in my certificate, you and the group of the class mentioned what phrase are you going to have in this last cycle. I remember that we chose that with you. That phrase was, the future depends on the present. Thank you.
Wow! I forgot that. No, but that's beautiful.
I didn't forget it. Thank you, Pernille. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Gracias,
Bye,
Pernille. Gracias nuevamente. Gracias. Que el Eterno los bendiga. Hasta la próxima. Thank you, Pernille. Besos. Chao.